Good morning, my name is Kristina Walker. I currently serve as Deputy Mayor for the City of Tacoma. I'm running for re-election in Council position number 8, which is one of the at-large positions. I'm really excited to be riding transit today with Downtown on the Go. Transit is one of my priorities, and I also have the opportunity to serve on the Pierce Transit and the Sound Transit Board. And have done that for varying lengths over the course of my time on council, but really excited to be able to roll up my sleeves and get to work around transit. Today we're going to be riding the Route 48 to Lincoln, and I'm super excited to ride. Thank you for that question. I would say hands down safety is the #1 mobility concern because that touches everything. As you know, Tacoma adopted Vision Zero in 2020. Very proud of getting that resolution off the ground as soon as I got on council. And then staff has gotten to work, and we're actually, we'll have 2 staff working on Vision Zero specifically, which is great. The Vision Zero action plan is the roadmap to make that happen. And just to back up for a little more specifically to your question around safety, no matter what mode of transportation you take, you should be able to get around this city safely. And we know right now that our most vulnerable users, pedestrians and bicyclists, are in far more crashes than any other mode. So we need to address that. I'm really glad that we have the data to know where those crashes are so that we can address those concerns. Now, we don't have the dollars to fix every single roadway. I wish we did, but we are making progress on that. We started this year with slowing down the speed limit in Tacoma, which was a huge step in the right direction. We need to work on enforcement in that area, but most importantly, we need to be redesigning our streets. Most importantly, we need to be redesigning our streets so that they are safe for all users. Well, Vision Zero, as I said, is the roadmap for making changes in our safety numbers. What's the word I want to use? It is really difficult to see those numbers go up instead of down, even after we've invested in it. But as you said, we're not unique in Tacoma. This is happening across the country. So continuing to invest in Vision Zero, we have 2 staff that are working on this, and we could probably use 10. So continuing to invest in Vision Zero, specifically invest in safe roadways or roadway design is really important. But I think there's also a lot of awareness and education that can happen both with our any road users, both drivers and folks who aren't driving. So we do have staff dedicated to Vision Zero, but it's really important that we as a city adopt the Vision Zero mindset for everything that we're doing. So every engineer, every planner who's touching our roadways should be using a Vision Zero focus. And I think that's where we can really make a difference. We have opportunities coming up with the Streets Initiative where we could invest more dollars in Vision Zero. And I'm going to take every opportunity I can to both invest in that program and advocate for safer streets, because it is the way that we make it easier to get around and safer to get around in Tacoma. Yes. Would you like me to elaborate? Yes, I firmly believe that Pierce Transit needs to go to the ballot. We are the lowest funded transit agency in the state, and we're currently working on our 6-year strategic plan, and a lot of beautiful things in that strategic plan, and we can do that if we have full funding. So I would be totally supportive of going to the ballot measure. Going to the ballot. Let me say that again for the soundbite. I would be completely supportive of going to the ballot, and I will be the first one out there knocking on doors to make sure that ballot measure passes. But I do think we need to make sure that the voters are interested in passing that ballot measure. So we need to do our work to make sure transit is the best option around within our means, so that when we go to the ballot measure, it's an easy yes for voters. And I think we're getting there. Pierce Transit has done a great job of doing what they can with the means that they have. We added Kids Ride Free this last year, which is absolutely incredible. I know my kids have been taking advantage of that, and we're really excited about it. They've added the runner service, and we're going to have enhanced bus service along Pacific Avenue. So a lot of things to get excited about when it comes to local transit. But yes, we absolutely need to go to the ballot, and we need to take advantage of that sales tax. So I've already talked a lot about safety, and the one particular project that really stands out in my mind is Portland Avenue. And because we know there are the most crashes there, and we also know that there are some real possibilities. So the project as it stands right now is broken into, I think, 4 different projects to get the thing done. And this is how we make long corridors happen. So there's a commitment to making it better. It does connect to the future Sound Transit light rail station, so there will be some access dollars available there. The city was just the top scorer on a regional grant. It's not yet confirmed, but it will likely be confirmed through PSRC very soon for $2.1 million to do the design. And then we as a council dedicated $1 million of our ARPA funding, our federal dollars, towards that corridor, because we know it is the corridor with the most crashes. So I think there's a lot of opportunity there. It goes through some of our low opportunity zones according to our equity index, and it goes through one of the most beautiful housing developments in Tacoma, and that's Salishan. And so I think the opportunity for it to be a real multimodal corridor and one that you can walk and bike safely along, in addition to catching transit, is a really big opportunity for Tacoma, and I'm really excited that staff has prioritized it. The opportunity to chat about transportation. I'm obviously very committed to road safety in Tacoma through our Vision Zero program, and very excited to figure out how we invest more dollars in making our streets safer. I think making sure we have connections to local transit and regional transit is really important, and we have such great opportunity in Tacoma with our Tacoma Dome station that is a connection point for all transit. And then will be a connection point for bike lanes with the Tacoma to Puyallup bike trail project and the future light rail project to the airport. So really excited about the opportunities that exist. One big, huge project that is important to all of those things is the Fishing Wars Memorial Bridge. And we know across the nation there are bridges that are failing. Fishing Wars Memorial Bridge is not failing yet, but it is an old bridge. We updated half of it in 2019, and the second half really needs to be done. That will be the connection point for the trail. The light rail will not go on that bridge, but obviously will connect in there. It is a connection point for freight going into the port. It's also a really important backup when there's problems on I-5. So the Fishing Wars Memorial Bridge is one of those big, huge mega projects that we just have to get done. So want to make sure that that one is on everybody's radar, because it's going to take a little bit of everything and everyone to get that one done. So thank you so much for the opportunity to connect on transportation and transit. I'm so excited about the possibilities that exist for Tacoma. And as a parent of kids that ride transit, ride bikes, and walk everywhere, it's so important that we get this right so that our city is safe for everybody, kids, adults, seniors. The more safe we make it for kids and seniors, the better it's going to be for everybody. So I couldn't be more excited about the work that's in front of us, and I'm ready to roll up my sleeves and get to work.